You know, when you said the word NASHAK, that sacred kiss, NASHAK is a word that Yeshua used to explain the bridal chamber. And there's a sacred kiss of the Shekhinah where she infuses you with her Holy Spirit, with your body.
Mm.
And there's also the sacred kiss of the bride and the bridegroom physically. You know, man and woman, when they interchange their breath, and the breath becomes one, and they activate each other. And that's a very, very holy experience. And that's why even kissing, um, we can actually absorb and receive the energy of our beloved.
Mm.
A lot of
Wow.
times people talk about how, you know, with sexuality and the karma, the sexual karma, but really, if you look at the beauty of a kiss, you can just activate that energy through the nashak. So
Wow. I love that. Of course, you mentioned your book also, part from the text where Yeshua kissed Mary Magdalene on the mouth often and publicly. And this was made some disciples very jealous, and they did not understand why. And Yeshua says something like, well, once you receive, or once you have become pure, uh, or it was something about an arrogant man, you know, once you've awakened, why I'm kissing her. And they did not know. So that was
well,
beautiful to read.
yeah, and they were very jealous of her, and for
Mm,
a man to kiss a woman publicly in those times was never done. I
mm,
mean, that just wasn't, that was not correct. You know, that wasn't accepted. And the reason why he was doing it is so that they could understand that he had chosen her, and that they were representing
mm,
the bride and the bridegroom, and they
mm,
weren't ready for a lot of these teachings, because it's hard. That's why I say that we need to look at Mary Magdalene as our physical. I mean, she is a physical teacher, and I follow her teachings. I feel
yeah.
that she is my teacher, not just as the vibration and the new information coming in, but also the teachings that she transmitted and delivered with Yeshua. But if you look into that time, women were who were the ones that who were following Yeshua?
Mm,
Women. And the disciples found it very difficult to, and this we can find not just in men, but in us as well, the ego, you know, because the masculine represents the
mm,
ego, and, you know, and the feminine
yeah.
represents the emotional possession.
Mm,
So when we are in ego, it's very hard to break a mind pattern. I mean,
mm,
even these little patterns and programs that we try to break that are subconscious, when we're in the ego, they're very difficult to break, you know. And I always
mm,
like to give the example, ego is small. So when we're focused on one thing the whole time, like if something happens to us and we're always focusing, oh, because this, that's ego.
mm,
And it happens, we're human. And the soul is expansion. The soul
yeah.
doesn't think it's one thing, it's expansive. So when you think about those times with many of the disciples, they were focused on, no, this is like this is like that. And
Mm,
it was hard. And that just teaches you that the soul needs that expansion. And that's why we need the divine feminine.